What is up? Happy Monday of XP week. I'm going to run through XP, which, by the way, in case you are new enough with us that you have not been a part of an XP, because we haven't done an XP since last spring. We did Invite Weekend in September, but that wasn't really an XP. Whole purpose of XP, it stands for experience. The whole thing is we want kids to invite their friends to church. We provide an opportunity where we reduce the barrier. So if you say, hey, do you want to come to church with me? Your friend might say no. But if you say, hey, do you want to come to this Christmas party with lots of prizes? Your friend is more likely to say yes. And when they come here, we give away lots of prizes. We have lots of fun. And also we teach them about Jesus. In March, spoiler alert, in March, we're going to do another XP where we're going to bring in David Laughlin, an illusionist. Same thing. Do you want to come to church? No. Do you want to come to a magic show for free? More likely to yes. So we make it easy for kids to invite their friends to come to church and learn about Jesus. So we are going to start off by doing 5 minutes of checking in the appropriate rooms. So K1, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th. And when they're checking in, they're going to get a thing with their name on. So you as a leader or the kids, if they're older, writing their name and grade, because if they write Maddie, and we want them to write first and last name if that's possible, or at least first initial or first name, last initial, and the grade. So that way, if we have 3 Maddie W's, but we go, oh, but the Maddie W in the 2nd grade, we can do that. So that's how we're going to decide who gets to play the games and win the prizes. And then also, if they bring 2 or more friends, actually, if they bring any friends, if they bring any friends, they get a red one. So you just write their name on it once, and then before we get really started, I'm going to have some extra people helping out. We'll add 5 more of these per friend that they brought, because I don't want the line to get so backed up. So you write 1 red tag and then put it off to the side, and then we'll make up for it by adding more green ones later. So this is the opening 5 minutes. As kids have some free time to play, and hey, did you get a ticket? 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 Over and over. Then at 5 minutes, you'll come across the hall. You'll come into the main room together, and we have some hosts. Hannah, Jason, Kinsey are going to be on stage in various capacities. So there's going to be someone telling a story and someone playing games and someone else playing games, and they're going to do some rotating. They're going to explain, like, this is who we are and this is how the game works. And how the game works is very simple. I'm going to give you an option. Hey, I have here a skillet cookie. You get the cast iron skillet and the cookie mix, and you can take this home. You can have this right now, or you can trade it for what's in box number 1, or you can choose what's in box number 2. And they go, oh, I'm going to trade it for what's in box number 1. And so you go, okay, I'm going to put this away. You do not get that prize. And in box number 1 is a chocolate orange. Now, the chocolate orange, some people, that's a win. That's a good thing. For me, that's disgusting. I don't want that. And so sometimes they'll have the chance to trade up again for what's that third, that box number 2 mystery prize, or you just go, that's what you get. See you later. And so we just keep pulling kids, and then we rewrap. Like, we're going to use a lot of gift bags. So that way we rewrap and like just kind of 3-card Monty the gifts around. And so we can give away a ton of prizes. So they're going to explain that. And then we will start pulling out names and just getting it going. We're going to start playing right there. So it says full description in the video. That's what this is right there, me showing you how we're going to play that game. So we'll play for about 10 minutes. And so we'll get a couple of kids up, give away some prizes, and then we're going to take a break and do a silly song dance off. It's a Christmas song with like a Santa on the screen. The kids got to dance. And we go, hey, whoever is like it's called like Crazy Claus or something like that. And so we go, hey, whoever's like the craziest dancer and follows it the craziest way, they get a special prize. And again, we have all these prizes, and they get to pick up, hey, you just go, here's all the gifts, go pick one, and you open it, and that's what you get. It's great. Then we'll do a Let's Make a Deal for the whole crowd, where it's a little bit less time, but you go, hey, you can have candy canes. The entire room can have candy canes, or you can trade it for what's in the other box. And we have one other option, and you can trade it. And if they do that, there's something else also good. Both options are good, candy canes, or I don't want to. I'll tell you, if you have kids with you while you're watching this, make them leave. Pause it. It's Fun Dip, which is the little stick, and you go and you put it in here, and you. It's delicious. And so that's the other gift there. And then we'll do from there. Where my mouse go. There we'll go into our story. The whole story is listed right. I'm pointing here because that's where my second screen is. The whole story is listed right there. And so you can kind of go through it. There's a part where it says, like, I wrote it and sent it to our team. And so just to go like, hey, there's a story about an ornament. That is a Trevor Ferris real story. And I told them, like, guys, feel free to say that's your story because for the sake of the kids, it makes sense. I said, but if you have a similar type of story, put your own story in there. That's great. So in case you go, hey, this story was not in the notes, just notes because Jason or Hannah or Kinsey are telling a personal story to their life, not saying that my story was their story. But and then after that, the whole thing is done. The big idea of the story is this. We're talking about that what the Jews wanted was a king. They wanted, and we're going to have these 2 boxes. You can read it all in this. They wanted a king. They wanted someone that was going to help them defeat Rome. They knew they needed a savior, but that savior was against the Romans. And then we got this baby, like this poor baby that was born in a stable and put in a manger, and what? We don't want that. And even through Jesus' life, like he would come back and say things like, love your enemies and pray for those persecuted. And they're like, no, we want you to commit murder and kill the Romans. Like at the cross, when he's on trial and Pilate says, we're going to let one person go, Jesus or Barabbas. And Barabbas was in jail because he was killing Romans. And they were like, we want that guy. We want the guy that kills Romans. They did not want Jesus because that's just not the gift that they wanted. And so we're going to compare it and go, if you have to choose a Christmas gift, you would choose the one that's wrapped really nice and beautifully, not the Walmart bag, because even if what's inside is better than the outside, it's not what you want. And so the whole thing is Jesus knew what we needed more than what we wanted. We want kids to come back and learn more about Jesus because if you really know Jesus, you want him as much as you need him. And that's what we want for kids. So that is the 1 minute version of that story. And then we go back to playing more Let's Make a Deal, and we pull more tickets out. And I'm cutting out more tickets. Don't worry if you're like, that's not enough. I know we're getting more. Pull out tickets. And then we play until we're either out of prizes or out of time as far as getting kids back to their classrooms go. At which point we will plot a rapid fire prize, which is going to be like those yardsticks of Twix bars or Snickers bars. And it's just going to be bam, Elijah, bam, Maddie, bam, Ethan, bam. And you're just like, the kid's going to stand up. Hey, if you hear your name, stand up where you are, and then we're going to chuck it. Chuck a Snickers bar, chuck a Twix bar. And we're going to go through like 15 prizes in 2 minutes. It's going to go super quick. And then we're going to send them back across the hall. When they're across the hall, that's where they'll get their Fun Dip or their candy canes. And then you have a couple questions. So you're going to have the kids sit down, and you're going to ask them some silly, fun questions. So what's your favorite Christmas movie? Your favorite Christmas tradition? If you could travel anywhere for Christmas, where would you want to go? And what's the best Christmas present you've ever been given? What's the best one you've ever given and been given? So we have kind of 2 options there. Last thing, so again, that's a really fast-moving service. The last thing you'll want to know is take note of who your first-time guests are and get their name on they're all downstairs. We have postcards to write kids like hey, I'm so glad you were there, or glad you were here, and I can't wait to see you again soon. So like write their name on the postcard, and then we'll get those taken care of. So we can invite those kids to come back. And then on the way out, they'll also, we're supposed to have our Christmas service invite cards ready to go. And so we will give those out to every kid. So they'll get a candy cane or a Fun Dip and an invite to a Christmas service. So every kid will get one of those. So that's what's going on. Your job in this is to have so much fun. And we're probably going to try and do 1 or 2 rounds of this where I go, hey, I got the leaders in a separate bin, and we're going to pull a leader out. And the leader gets to come up and play a game, and they can try and win something, or they can lose. And by lose, I mean get a chocolate orange. So come have fun. Write names down for the first 5 minutes, and then ask some questions and make sure kids go home with their prize. Other than that, this is supposed to be a week where, our kids are inviting friends and they're having so much fun. And I just want this to be like almost like the reward week of like, I know that coming to KidMin every week is a commitment. And I know that sometimes it's inconvenient. And so when I do an XP, I don't want it to just be fun for the kids. I want it to be fun for you. When we do the Crazy Claus dance, I want you guys to Crazy Claus dance, unless you don't want to, in which case, hit my hat. In which case, go to the back of the room so that you're not like standing in the middle, just like, I'm not doing this. But like, if you don't want to do the dance, I'm not gonna make you do the dance. But like, it's just fun and it's silly, and the kids will love to see you do it. So we'll do that. Like I said, we'll play a bunch of games, and then we're gonna have kids get checked out, and they're gonna go home, and it's gonna be awesome. So, my friends, have a great day. Have a great week. I'll see you on Thursday. I'll see you on Sunday for XP. It's gonna be awesome. But until then, peace out.